Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Part of a prepper pantry is making sure that you have the spices and the seasonings that you need. You know the old saying, sugar and spice and everything nice. That's what you want in your prepper pantry so you can add variety, flavor to your meals. You can't just have rice and beans. Nobody wants to eat that day after day. But if you spice it up so that each day has a different flavor, then that makes it more palatable. It has more variety in your food storage and helps your family get along eating the plain old rice and beans day after day. Of course, we know we should have all kinds of variety in our food storage. You want to make sure that you have plenty of open and eat foods along with your rice and beans so that you can make easy meals. And no matter what you're making the meals out of, having the spices that you need helps make any meal taste better. My strategy for adding spices to my prepper pantry is to use the small size bottles. You can certainly find gigantic containers of spices, but once you open it, that's when the scent and the aroma begins to dissipate and they begin to dry out. I don't use so much of any particular spice that I want to have a huge bottle that I need to use up within, say, a year or two. But if you have the small containers, you can open one at a time, and every time you open one, it's still going to be fresh. They're still going to be good, even if they're long past their date, but what happens is that some of the aromas dissipate. The flavoring is still in there, it's just not as strong. So if you feel your seasonings aren't living up to your expectations, try sprinkling in a little bit more until you get the flavor that you're searching for. Small bottles of seasonings can also be picked up at Walmart for 98 cents. You can buy them at the Dollar Tree. So even at $1 per shopping trip, you can add variety into your prepper pantry food storage stockpile. Look over the seasonings that you use on a regular basis, and those are the ones that you want to have extra. I have a large bin that I can store my extra spices and seasonings. You can see that it's low and flat. I can lay them on their side and I can easily read the labels. I could slide it under the bed or somewhere, down on a low shelf in the pantry. There's lots of different places that you can store things. Organize your prepper pantry and your food in a way that makes sense to you and fits your space. Make sure that you're spending your grocery dollars on actual groceries and not just containers to store things. I have all my regular spices in the pantry, and then the ones that I find that I use the most, those are the ones that I now have extras. I tried to put them in alphabetical order so that I could find them easily when I wanted to. Any mixed seasonings and spice packets that you like, be sure that you stock up on a few of those. So I have everything from garlic powder to cinnamon, basil, cayenne pepper, chili powder, parsley, cumin, paprika, minced onions. I also have some chopped onion, which is a little bigger, and onion powder. I don't buy anything like garlic salt or onion salt. You can always just add salt. Things are going to last the longest if it's just onion or garlic and not mixed with salt. You want the actual spice or seasoning. I have a few containers of pepper. We use a lot of that. And then I also have a large bottle of peppercorns that's put away in the pantry that goes into my special pepper grinder. You can find chicken and beef broth or bouillon. They come in powders or in cubes. Look for the format you prefer and add some extras of those into your spice and seasoning storage. I like the pink Himalayan salt. I have buckets of iodized salt, and then packages of pickling and canning salt. This is basically just for cooking. I like to keep some of this in with my spices and seasonings. So you can see this is all in here. It's pretty organized. It's in a compact way to store it. I can put a lid on it, put it away, and then whenever I want to get something out, I can slide it out, look through it, and put it back away. There's also room to add more. If I find that I want more, I can add them into my stockpile, and this is still going to stay pretty well organized. Just like any other part of your food storage, pay attention to the dates because you want first in, first out, so put newer ones on the bottom and rotate the older ones to the top if you start to get multiples, or put them from left to right or whatever. A way that makes sense to you, that you can keep track of which ones are your newer, fresher ones that need to be put in the back. Pay attention when you're cooking. What are the most frequently used spices and seasonings that you enjoy having on hand? And then make sure those are what you buy extra of so that you'll always have enough no matter what the future brings. Prices are going up, things are becoming harder to find, but if we prepare ahead of time, we'll be able to make the best of whatever the future brings our way. If you liked my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might enjoy it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.